happy that you popping and they stopping. You can't happy that you packing and they lacking. You can't happy that you great and they late. You happy and they crappy. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. Love you, bye.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you for joining me here with Conversations with Taz. And if you're not aware, tonight is our monthly men's health chat where we get men together and ask them all the questions that we secretly want to know, and we allow men to give us a little insight into what they need in life. And tonight we have D-Mac. Um, we do have some other people that will be joining. They're just late. How are you today, Tom?
Do you want the long answer or the short one?
Spill the tea, spill the tea.
Girl, if I ever in my life be, have another phone call like I had today at the tail end of my shift, I will run away screaming. And I'm not kidding. Because I'm just like, people forget that there are, and I'm not saying things can't go awry and things happen at crazy times. No, I'm not gonna say that. But people forget that there are still human beings on the other end of that phone, and regardless of whether the person before was rude or disrespectful to them, that's no reason to carry that same disrespect into the person that you're dealing with who did pick up the phone again.
Yep.
Not at all. Because as far as I'm concerned, we can make concessions that mistakes were made during the handling of that call, but I'm just like, you're asking me to do something beyond what I can do or what's allowed of me. And then when I tell you that you're literally making me feel like I'm less of a person because of what happened to you, you tell me to not take it personal. And I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking the company. You forget I work for the company? Did you forget that's who pays my check? Did you forget that? Because I'm just like, I'm finding it hard for you to believe that you forgot that I work for this company. But go off, baby. Hey, if they did you wrong and they don't handle it, I'm sorry. I did the best that I can. You work with what you got.
Very, very true. It does seem at times that customers just want to argue. Like they really don't want a resolution. But one thing I have noticed is that when the customer service agent or the person dealing with the general public is a man and the customer is a woman, it's almost as if they're expecting chivalry from you.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I can vouch for that. The person in question was just like, I'm a woman and I was a store manager and I am a black woman. And I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do with that information? How does that help me? How does that help me help you? That has nothing to do with what's going on right now. And I'm just like, I really wanted to ask, and I really wish I had the presence of mind to ask, but I know I probably would have gotten fired if I asked for it. I was like, so what do you think I am? You think I'm a white person on the end of this phone? And I'm some soulless white person who doesn't care about your problems? Now, I'm just like, if that's what you thought, I hate to break it to you, baby cakes, but I'm black too. So what's good? What's good?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel bad for your experience, but please do not take your anger out on me and then tell me not to take it personal. That's like a slap in the face.
And it's like it's okay to be upset because you've had a bad experience. I've been there where I've had some horrific experiences. But I take a moment to calm down because the person that I need to call isn't the person that caused me this frustration. Number one. Number two, capitalism. We all out here trying to make it. And I saw a video on Twitter a couple of months ago, and it reigns true. Now, they were trying to comfort this woman's throat because she said there's nothing wrong with being a Karen if you Karen properly. She said, and the number one rule is don't talk to somebody that's hourly.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She said, be the ear for them to vent to, go above them to get your problem fixed. She was like, go to the ones that get bonuses every year if you feel the need to go off.
She's right. She's not wrong.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, there's no reason to be a Karen. And I'm like, no, I get what she's saying. I get it. Like, if you're going to have that Karen mentality to get things done, go to the folks that are using all of us, consumers and workers alike, so that regardless of the profit made, they're getting these hefty bonuses while they're trying to give you a La Cheese and Cracker Basket or a pizza party as your bonus for the year. Am I lying? I know it's been a while since I worked in corporate America and I've worked for other people, but I used to get pissed off and they're like, oh, you all are doing such a great job. Here's some pizza. I can buy my own pizza and put my bonus on my regular check. Quit trying to get me taxed multiple times by giving me separate checks.
I can say honestly, the company I worked for, they did put it all on the same check. It wasn't a separate one, so I'll give them that. So if we did get a bonus or something, it was on the original check, not a separate one. Thank God.
Also, I still stand firm in this. I have been saying this since 1997, and I still believe it's true. If you have to work with the general public in any capacity, you should get one check for just dealing with them and then get your salary or your hourly wages. I believe that. Because if you don't want me to lay hands on them or cuss them out, I'm going to need some compensation. Like the true hazard pay should go to customers, and especially men who work in customer service, because I have witnessed people go to extremes with men. Well, like, yeah, they'll cuss out a woman or a non-binary person that works in customer service, but it's like they test the core of men. Now, once again, these situations, I'm on the outside looking in. I rarely get to see the beginning of it, and a lot of times I try to walk away or like go to management and be like, hey, your employee is being accosted, just so you know, to try to protect their backs. But I'm just like, what if this grown man is like, this is my last day, and commences to whoop your tail?
Baby, I'm telling you this now. Woo! Don't let it be my last day. Don't let me catch you outside on my last day. Don't do it.
And see, I think about stuff like this person found out they won the lottery on their lunch break, and they just like, you know what? To get this good Cobra, I'm gonna just finish out my shift, and then just put in a notice. Like, you don't know, or this person is like, you know, I don't even like this company. But let's dive into a few of these, like at least one of these questions.
Okay.
They took y'all seriously last month, and they thought about it. And now a lot of the questions were redundant. So
Okay.
if you don't hear your precise question the way you worded it, is because I reworded it to fit like 5 people basically asking the same question. So, in one sentence, what would you tell your younger self? You can say the sentence and then explain it afterwards if you like.
Don't be a go longer. I don't think I need to explain any more than that.
This is one of those times where please excuse my ignorance because I've only been a woman my whole life. And y'all, please don't come for me in the comments because I'm being very genuine. I honestly never knew that was an issue for men.
It's really not. Okay, then I'll give this explanation because maybe that'll make it a bit clearer. When I say don't be a go longer, men, honestly, if you look at us as a whole, hey, Pastor Greg, oh Lord, let me class it up. Let me class it up. Let me class it up. Hold on, let me put this sweater on.
Real quick, I'm really glad that Pastor Greg came in. I'm gonna let you finish. But you guys, because there's so much backlash being given to men with podcast, tonight was going to be the night that I was debuting this, and I'm glad Pastor Greg is here and he can chime in and give some more information about this. But I did find two really awesome podcasts that happen to be by men, and this is one of them. And
Oh,
I am subscribed to this podcast with Pastor Greg. And even though he's a pastor, it is not preachy. It is not. It is very open minded. It is very powerful. Um,
hmm.
so give it a listen, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Please do share. Pastor Greg, if you have anything to add on to this,
He just said thanks, friend.
you're so welcome. It is my pleasure. And this week's, well, the last one that I saw, because I'm subscribed and I get notifications. So the last notification that I got, that podcast, if you drink coffee, get you a good cup of coffee. If you drink tea, get you a good tea, whatever you can get it. Sit down in a quiet place.
Hmm.
Really listen to this podcast and take it in. When
Okay,
I tell you the sparks were going off in my brain, like, wait a minute, oh, that is true. I didn't think about this like this. I didn't, oh, wow, that is like,
that's
but
a good
make sure
topic.
you have the time and space to really take it in.
That's a very good topic because a lot of people don't realize that that's what's happened.
You know what? I'm glad you're bringing up that topic because I had some questions that I was going to shoot over to you tomorrow. So I'll just hold off um, until this coming week because I'm pretty sure you will answer the questions that I have. Uh, because I've seen some things in the news and I'm just like, this isn't sitting well in my spirit. So I'm not quite sure. But sorry for interrupting you, DMAC.
No,
Go
no, no,
ahead.
it's fine.
And once
So,
again, for anybody watching, and I know Pastor Gray just got the question that I asked is, in one sentence, what would you tell your younger self?
so okay, let me explain it like this. If you look at men as a whole, it's literally a pack-oriented shenanigans. If you honestly take a look at men as a whole, it's a pack-oriented thing. So when I say that, and there are some outliers where men will not, there are men who just like, I'm gonna be on my own, and that's what it is. But for me, in my circumstances, and for I'm gonna say for most, not all. I'm gonna say for most, not all. Men literally are in a pack mentality mind. So when things happen, they think when things are expected of you, it's like they're expecting you to play sports. They're expecting you to do this. They're expecting you to be sexually active at this certain age. They're expecting you to have multiple girls that you're talking to. I mean, it's literally a pack oriented way of thinking for men, and most men have not broken out of that. Well, I need to do this on my own. I need to think for myself. I need to do this for myself. And when I literally did not have that particular awakening, because again, I was following what people were expecting of me. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do this. And it wasn't until my first year of college, and well, my first semester. I'll say my first semester. My first semester of college, that I said and mind you, most men will never tell you this, and Pastor Greg, you can back me up if I'm wrong, or tell me if I'm wrong. But most men seek validation. They may not ask for it, but they're still seeking it.
Mm.
and they're seeking validation for the actions that they're doing from other men.
Huh.
Pastor Greg, let me know if I'm wrong. I can only speak from my experience, but they seek that validation, and
Hmm.
because of that pack oriented mindset that most men are grow up in, from I'll say from at least about 5 years old and up. Think of the fathers who are quote unquote living through their children. Perfect example. If any of you guys have seen the movie Center Stage, there's a scene in it where the girl is really good at dancing, but she doesn't like dancing. But because her mother likes dancing, she was doing it until it finally she's just like, I can't do this. You wanted to do this. That's not my dream. That is men's mentality to the extreme. And that's the problem with most men, and why toxic masculinity has been allowed to be bred over and over and over and over and over, with no one breaking those chains in that cycle. Because men are constantly brought up in the fact that you have to be like this. This is how we're supposed to act. This is what we're supposed to do. That there is no deviation that is allowed. And without having a deviation, no growth can be done. And see, that's the problem. We have all these men out here floundering in this sea of expectations of what quote unquote society wants them to do, and not nobody wants to take that first step and say, what do I want to do? What's my turn of thinking? Because even if they say, oh, this is what I want to do, best believe there's something behind that they didn't have in their mind at the first time.
A light bulb just went off. I know so often I refer to the family that I met in Frankfurt, but thinking back to the grandfather, the father, and the son that were there, the grandfather bought things for his son that he wished he could have as a child. The father just was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, you know, act like I'm interested to this, be excited about it." And then the things that the father really wanted, he was buying his son. And I never said it out loud or questioned it, but in my mind, I'm like, "But did you ask your child what they wanted?" And I could see, because I wasn't around for the father when he was younger. I don't know what his reaction was. I wasn't there to see it. But for the grandson, I could see the reaction, and he was disappointed. He was into gaming and IT like me. And they were wondering, like, why does he like hanging out with this random woman? Like
And
he
see,
would come
like,
over and sit outside with me, like while I was like, if the weather is nice, I'm not gonna lie, because I am blessed to be able to work at home. Yes, I will sit outside. I will, sit in nature. And if neighborhood kids or and their parents have permission and they want to sit outside with me, they can. And he would ask questions. He wasn't annoying or anything. I loved answering his questions. I love when people are inquisitive. But I did one day ask his father, like, well, he's really into gaming. Do you want me to explain to you, he wants for his birthday a better computer to game on? I can give you the specs, I can tell you where to go. And he said, no, he's into cars. This little boy ain't never said nothing about a car, ever.
so so think of it like this. Here's a visual explanation. So, grandfather, right? Grandfather,
Hmm.
his expectations most likely gotten from his father. So then his son, his son, and with God willing, his son and or daughter. It's like a bunch of stairs. They keep building on top of the same thing, and they're not realizing that foundation is already shaky and rocky, and it ain't never going. To quote Rose from Fences, it ain't never gonna bloom. That soil is so hard and it's so rocky. They've tried so much to till it, and ain't no nothing coming out of that ground because they keep building on expectations that nobody wants. So let's say the not the grandfather, but the father of the one you were hanging out with. Let's say he likes boating by some chance or meaning. He likes boating, but his father pushed him into taking care of the car business, and that's not what he wanted. So now all those emotions are all pressed in, and he's doing something that he doesn't want to do, but because of the upholding of the family name, his father pushed him into doing that, and now he's doing the same exact thing. And here's the tea of that situation. Most fathers will never realize exactly that they're do the same thing that their father did to them is the same thing that they're doing to their child. They completely gloss over the entire thing, that the same thing that was done to you, you're doing to your own son or daughter. Because let's be real, they do it to their daughters too.
Yeah, I have been the product of that because the only, I don't want to say public arguments because my parents, to my knowledge, never argued in public. I'm just saying the only arguments I've witnessed in front of me of my parents literally had to do with me because there were things that, yes, my dad would push me to do. Because my dad, literally until I was going into labor, going into the hospital to deliver my first child, my dad treated me as if I was one of the boys. Like, I used to wonder, like, does he know I'm a girl? But I do have this question,
Mhm.
and I don't know if men experience this also, but myself and several other women that I know have experienced this, where we realized we had general interest in common with our mothers. And we're like, oh, like when I started modeling, I did not know that my mother had modeled previously. She never talked about it with me. My mother would hold things back until she realized, oh, this is an interest, and then she would share it with me. But there were people that thought that I was doing it because she did it. Have you ever experienced that? And if so, how did you deal with that?
Oh yeah, no, we go through the same thing. Now, I will say this: my dad had a real head for numbers. That was his thing. He loved accounting, loved it. Now, his father did construction. Now, was my dad very good at construction? Very good. Um, when we bought this house that my parents live in, um, it had a balcony out front, and it had an extra bedroom. And what my dad decided to do was basically expand the master bedroom, make a bathroom out of one part of the room, and then enclose the space. He did that all on his own. Yeah, so much knowledge, so much potential, so much everything. Books in this man. Books. And when I say books, I mean books.
Like worse than me?
When I'm talking about books in him, I'm talking about writing them.
I know. That's why I said worse than me. um, yeah. Um, what is the hardest part about being a man? Yeah. Or is there a hard part?
I'm trying to formulate this answer so that people will understand. I'll put it to you this way. And again, if Pastor Greg, if you're still here, you know, let me know where I'm at. Um, for men, the like I was saying, the expectations that are placed upon us because we are men and because we're okay. Men at this particular juncture, let's even talk from creation to now. So we have creation for those of us who do believe in that. If you don't, hey, you do you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing what you want. That's not my problem. Nor is it my progress to try and get you to where to believe something that you don't. I'm not here to do that. But I'm making an example. So from creation to the fall, men were supposed to be seen as a cover, never the head, but still having that same partnership with women. Right? Correct
Correct.
me if I'm wrong here. Now, after the fall, that covering was supposed to be still be as it was, but see, since all of what happened before was lost, and through each and every turning churning generation, that covering has been perverted to where it's no longer like this. So you see how close my fingers are. So women, right there, and men is just slightly. So I can still cover my finger, but it's not completely overtaking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where now it's like this, which is what it was never supposed to be. And see that compounding weight of what's quote unquote expected by society, that we're supposed to be like this instead of like this, makes us act like it's the same reason why we don't teach our boys to not be predators. It's the same reason why look at the shirts that are on baby clothes for boys. Lady killer, what? He's only a month old, and then you have well,
My husband said, "Hide your daughters."
and I'm just like, and there's little girl shirts that are just like, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be treated with respect. Hear me when I'm saying this. This is not about that. What I'm saying is you have these little, what's the word I'm saying? Fudge cookies, my brain work. Okay, there we go. You have these shirts that say, "Oh, my little princess," and I'm just like, okay, it's great that you want her to garner respect. Great, lovely, woohoo, but that puts a false expectation into her mind to think that people are supposed to treat her like a princess, and the world, unfortunately, right now does not work like that. You're literally putting in a false sense of information into her to think that people are supposed to.
And trust me, he is not lying. Y'all know I always keep it a buck. I was that girl until after my mother passed. That really, because I was daddy's little princess. There were people in my family that would call me princess. I had all the princess t-shirts. Every birthday I got a new tiara, all these different things. I legitimately was walking around like my don't stink, like the world was just supposed to treat me something and that like a certain way, and I got a rude awakening. But also, and what pisses me off as the uber nerd that I am, and I raised my children basically genderless because I didn't know how they were going to grow up, what what they were going to grow into. So everybody learn how to cook, everybody learn how to clean. If you like this toy, my rule was, if I spend my money on it, take care of it. If you no longer want to play with it, see if one of your siblings wants it. Other than that, it's going to another family member or it's going to the church outreach. That I just didn't want to waste money. That's it. That was my only thing. Because I grew up where my brothers and I would swap toys. They would come borrow some of my Barbies to be a date for their GI Joe, or sometimes be a bombing victim. But y'all don't judge me. It's, um. So and it is what it is. But like with my children, there weren't like gender roles. There, we didn't do that. And I got criticized for it. So did an uncle of mine because I have a younger male cousin that I don't know if people watching are old enough to remember this, but Bissell used to have, I don't know if they still do because it's been a while since I've had to like Uber buy toys for kids, had a line of toys. He liked playing with the cleaning product toys. And people literally used to tell my aunt uncle that's girly. And he's like, my aunt uncle are like, why? He watches both of his parents clean. Kids emulate what they see.
Oh, that's another thing. Please stop treating these kids like they don't have eyes. Please stop. Because they see things and they model things after whatever they are watching. And don't think for not one moment that whatever you're doing that they're not seeing.
And don't think that certain things come from mom or certain things come from dad, because like my joy of cooking for so long people thought that it came from my grandmothers and my mother. This one right here knows it comes from my dad. My best memories were waking up early in the summer on the weekend or on a whim, because my dad would barbecue in the rain, in the wintertime, whatever. And me getting up and prepping and marinating things and going out with him to set the grill. But my dad also cooked inside the house. My parents had a rule. Whoever was there, because we ate dinner at 5:30 every day, unless it was a game day or an event day for me, then of course you have to make adjustments. But whoever was there cooked. Now, if there was meat defrosting, it was your choice how you prepare it. But I loved getting in the kitchen with my dad because he made it fun. He made me feel like I was on a cooking show before cooking shows were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, even when he would barbecue, and back in the day, they would start at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning because they would invite everybody in the family. Folks would drive in out of town for a good cookout, okay? We talking about during the cookout generation.
Oh,
And
gosh,
it wasn't no going to the park. So that's where my joy comes from. So when I asked for Easy Bake Oven as a little girl, guess who I used to drag in the kitchen with me? Not my mother, my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And he would puff up his chest with pride. And I remember when he first started working third shift, because my parents decided there was going to be a parent in the house 24 hours a day, regardless of what they had to sacrifice. And I can't even imagine what their relationship went through. My dad would take a few of my little snacks that I made with the Easy Bake Oven. And y'all know it. I don't know how we didn't die from salmonella or Ebola, okay? Because we cooking stuff over a light bulb, y'all.
Basically.
With eggs and water and milk and a light bulb. And my daddy would pack up snacks to take into work, to share with his coworkers and be like, oh, my daughter did this. Just like my son, Anthony. And I try to hold my tongue. But the next person that puts something negative under one of his Instagram posts or his Facebook posts, when he's allowing his 2 daughters to paint his nails or braid his locks, y'all gonna catch mama's hands. Talking about, well, that's gay. First of all, I don't care if my kids are a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. I care if they're going to live their truth. But it is more important, and it is the most masculine thing for him to let his daughters be who they are. And the fact that they want to share what they love to do the most with him, and they don't feel that they just got to run to mommy. Because when they're painting his nails, guess what his son is doing? Having his mommy sit down and play video games with him. Because she's not a gamer, but because he's learning gaming, and he knows, oh, Gigi games, daddy games, my aunties and my uncle game, my other children. He likes the thrill of teaching his mom how to game. And the girls love the thrill of teaching their dad how to do manicures and pedicures. And here we go.
I'm so sorry. It took me so long. We were doing our podcast. Sorry.
Nope. Because once again, I told y'all before, I know that men with podcasts get a bad rep. And I said, I got 2 podcasts that y'all can trust and believe are good men with podcasts.
Yeah.
I already shouted
Right.
out the first one, and
Right.
here's the second one.
Yeah.
You want to tell me about your podcast quick before we jump into the rest of these questions?
Okay. Yeah. Just the Two Men with Mike's podcast. It's kind of like two men virtual barbershop. We're just talking, hanging out. We're on for about 30 minutes, and tonight we were just talking about Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, and how I make fun of all these people on Facebook who seem to be really emotionally invested in this bunch of weirdos. But
Wait a
yeah,
minute, y'all talked about that without me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was better than that, Bobby
I'm
Joe.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Bobby Joe,
My,
you
my,
know
my
you ain't supposed to
bad.
do that without her. Come
My
on now.
bad. I'm tripping. It was a experiment thing. I struggled with the topics, and then we were supposed to do it earlier in the week, and my bad. I'm sorry. We'll,
Where
we'll,
you
we're, we're gonna talk about Brittany Griner next week. Go ahead. You said
where you
what?
because we about to throw hands. I bought a step stool.
No, he
I
said he
bought
was
a
coming.
step
He said he
stool
was coming.
so
He
that
said
I
he
could
was coming. He said he was coming.
y'all might as well get comfortable, go get a beverage. Let's run this ad real quick, and then we're gonna come back because from last month till today, Bobby Joe, they took y'all seriously. They sent the
They
questions
got
in.
some questions. Oh, great. Okay.
Okay.
But we're gonna run this month's ad real quick, and then we're gonna jump all the way into it. So I'm gonna give CJ a little bit more time to come because I'm serious. I really did go ask him. I bought a step stool. I might
All
not be
right.
the tallest chick, but I bought a step stool. Me and CJ, we're gonna do a pay per view. I was I was just talking about you. We're gonna fight. I bought a
CJ like, oh gosh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
run this ad real quick because we do have they sent y'all questions. They sent videos for y'all to react to.
Okay.
So we gonna get through this, but we gotta run the ad because Mama gotta make some money. Mama is
All right.
very expensive.
Cool.
So we'll see y'all in 2 and 2. All right. So here
Why is my
is
camera so dark?
Yeah, you are looking a little Black Pantherish there. So
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me.
he don't want the smoke. He trying to hide.
Nah, I don't know what's going on. Well, okay. I need to pay my light bill, I guess.
uh-oh.
I could be shady because that does remind me of somebody that you and I know back.
You know what? Let's not talk about that tonight. Let's leave that in the past.
There is a hot topic that has been swarming social media, and I thought we were going to skate past it tonight, but literally 5 people sent this in, and they want you all to watch this and give your honest reaction. So I'm gonna play this video. This is the entire video, and here we go.
All right, you guys.
Did you really come back with 2 separate checks?
Yeah, that's what I was asked to do.
You're really gonna make me pay?
You gonna get some ass?
No.
Well, anyways, man, here go the 2. She not gonna give you what? No ass. That's crazy.
Man.
Wait.
Are you?
I'm gonna pay the 15. At least show a kneecap.
Fuck you.
See, that's your problem. You don't want to. That's your problem.
He's really making me pay, you guys.
Hey, how you get home?
You're fucking taking me home. You're taking me home.
You got gas?
No.
You want to give that to the ride?
No. You're taking me home.
I think you heat up the food right before you go.
All right, you guys. He's not making me. He's making me pay for my food because I won't have sex with him. That's a sad shame. Look at this man. Don't ever go out with him. Don't give him your number. Just fucking run.
Y'all hoes is hungry.
I'm gonna quote this, and y'all can back me up or not. I really don't care. Wait. Hold on.
Let me point out something in the video that a lot of people miss, because I watched this a couple times, because a few people who sent this in were for Clint, and people do know that when I get bored, I do hang out at Applebee's like it's a club, because I don't like clubs. Her portion of the bill was $43 and some change. His was $10 and some change. Bro, what did you order?
He had a Modelo and some French fries. I did see that, so maybe he just had the Modelo and French fries.
Okay. Let's even cut that. Let's not even cut that part of the deal. Let's honestly talk about, you literally expected this woman to have sex with you because you gave her a meal? Really? We out here in these streets doing that now? And I'm like,
on a date with me, because he probably would have wanted me to do some tricks. Because first of all, first date, we wouldn't have been at Applebee's, and I would have just picked up the bill and left him where he sat. I'd have hurt his manhood, because I would have taken the waiter out.
Can I be the jerk now about this whole situation?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, here's the all right. This is my thing with that, and I mean, you probably shouldn't do that, but that is almost what every man think. The only thing difference is he said it, right? When you first go out on a date with someone, they probably wouldn't mind having a little ass, right? Or am I wrong? As we got men on here, when you first on the date, you wouldn't mind. You're not gonna turn down some ass, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no.
If it's being offered, but I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So women expect to eat, and we give it to them. So that's all I'm saying.
You think that's what we expect on a date?
Why? Because you know why I say that? No, all right, this is why I say. I mean, I'm being, as I said, I'm being a little facetious. But here's the deal, and I've ran into the same thing in a sense, kind of sense. You take somebody on a date, take a young lady out on a date. Sometimes they are only out there on a date for the things that they can get out of it, right?
Yes.
So
I will admit that.
And then what happens is then the guy in the end, he doesn't get anything out of it because he obviously wants some he want to have sex, but he's not going to get it. And she just plays him to the left the whole time, but keep him on his little carrot string, having him, you might be on 2, 3, 4, 5 days, steady, spending money on this chick when she just really just playing that game. So just because one dude does it to a lady doesn't make it wrong. This is what's been done to guys forever.
So then, can I make a point of order?
Make a point.
If you just want ass, why don't you just ask before you even take her out on a date? What's the point? Just ask.
Okay, so if a lady goes, all right, you can say it, but if a lady goes out on a date, I mean, that means she needs to ask for what she initially wants too, instead of us going to eat. Period. We don't need to go eat. We just ask me what you want up front, and I'll ask you what I want up front.
Okay,
right?
And it cuts the mustard right there.
But at that point, there's no more date. We ain't going to Applebee's. We ain't doing that. You want a house or whatever, I might not be able to supply that for you, but you still supply me some ass.
as much as I cannot stand Kevin Samuels, and you can continue to rest in shit, you son of a bitch.
Rest in peace, King.
You know what? I'm not in this conversation. I'm over here.
That man
I ain't
spoke the
trying
truth.
to get killed. I ain't trying to get killed tonight. Nope. Mm-mm. You
Bobby
are
Joe,
on your own, CJ.
Bobby
You
Joe,
on your own.
stop by your house and drop off my credit card and my debit card. Okay. When you get a certain call that goes like you have a collect call from, you ain't even got to answer. Okay. Use a debit card or credit card to come get me out of jail because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna whoop his ass. But let me use, because we women are told this so often. Choose better women. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, I've never had a man complain about taking me out because he knew what was up. And the thing about it is, most men don't realize, just like you want to smash on the first date, we've already fantasized about smashing you. The only reason you didn't have sex with us on the first date is because you said or did something that turned us off that night, but we still saw potential and we didn't see you as a threat. So we're going to continue to go because we still want that itch scratched. Because sometimes you need to just shut the fuck up. Sometimes you do. It ain't about the food. It ain't about nothing. Because I've been upfront with men, and I've had first dates, second dates, third dates where we. I've had a first date where we went out of town on a trip. I've had a first date where we went to the mall and balled. I've had a first date where I was like, you know what? I'm taking you out. I want to go to this restaurant. You coming with me? And he knew up front, like, bruh, I'm feeling you. Are you feeling me? When we get done with this meal, are you gonna fill me up?
Well, see, what you're saying and doing is that's not
No,
majority of
you
women though.
you got to pick better women because there are women who, yes, they broke as fuck, and they gonna try to use somebody to be they come up. They gonna use somebody to get into that restaurant that they want to go visit, but they don't have the coins to do. But if you going and getting a Dollar General chick, you cannot ask her to perform like a Chanel chick. If you want Chanel chick behavior, go get you a Chanel chick. But y'all look at us like we too difficult because we can match your hustle. We can match your credit score. We can match your bank account. So we don't give a fuck. I'll pay for the bill and look at you. Like, what you willing to do something strange for some change? Hell, I done ordered Ubers. I done ordered Ubers and delivered. Y'all, y'all know I'm a queer black woman, and y'all know I done ordered men and women, and I done sent the driver to come bring them to me. Hell, I've enlisted my brothers to go out and get motherfuckers to come back. So it's a matter of who you choose. Don't choose the chick that was cute at the bus stop. The fuck did you think she was gonna do on a date? She happy to go to Chili's because she used to motherfuckers taking her to Wendy's and McDonald's, and she got to get the triple cheeseburger bundle for $3 and get it bust wide open in the parking lot. If that ain't what you want, don't do it. Stop getting the girl at the grocery store when she at the clearance section trying to figure out if she can get 2 days out of 3 strawberries that been marked down for 75 cents. Y'all
But he did have the bust down chick though.
Y'all grew up in the hangout at the mall generation. You know how to pick a chick. Just like we women know how to pick a quality bag and a good pair of shoes and some good shapewear, y'all know how to find a good woman and where to find a decent quality woman. Don't play with me.
Well, I don't think he wanted a decent quality woman, is what I'm
I,
saying.
I think he looked kind of raggedy from the video.
Well, I'm not judging the dude, man. I'm talking.
No, but I'm just saying he did. He did. I mean, when I was noticing the thing, and I I, I don't know where this new I wouldn't say it's new age dating because I guess it's dawn of time. You know, you wanted some ass or whatever. You're going out date, but I just that whole situation just looked kind of yeah, like you knew it was coming.
It for me. It was just sketchy to begin with. I'm just like, if you want to hook up with somebody, there are hookup apps that you can go on and find
We
somebody.
all know that I love a graphic t-shirt.
Just saying.
Today I decided I was not going to wear a graphic t-shirt. And for once, when we have this discussion, I was like, you know what? I'm going to look like an adult, especially since earlier. a heifer that's a neighbor of mine when I was walking my crackhead ass dog thought that I was a 12-year-old boy and I was highly offended. So I was like, I'm gonna look like an adult tonight. First of all, I have gone to Five Below and gotten some of my graphic tees because they look good on me and they hug my curves. Okay. I went through puberty at 40. I'm now 45. I love these curves. So walk with me. The fact that that neck is stretched out lets me know that he took his big headed, big neck, big brother's shirt and he's still living in his mama's basement. Talking about, you gonna give me some ass? Where you gonna get the ass from, bruh? Because I'm not fucking you in the parking lot. Now, like I said, I love to hang out at Applebee's. I'm good friends with two of the bartenders up there. One just got his aviation license, and I'm very proud of him. And
Nice.
we do the damn thing. And hey, and the next time I go skydiving, he will be the one flying the plane. He's great, lovely, and I support my community 150%, and he is a part of our community. So I'm gonna always rock with him. And if he's working, I'm gonna sit at the bar so I can hand him his tip directly. You understand me? Because I tip on the card, then I tip him.
Mhm.
If you know, you know. If you work in the service industry,
Right.
but it's like
So what is?
we gotta do better. And here's the thing, and I want you all's opinion on this. Because as a woman, this pisses me off. Because men, for the most part, are encouraged to be promiscuous, to sow their wild oats. But women who do the same are looked down upon. But who you sowing your wild oats with?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're expecting sex, maybe stop allowing your fellow men to shame women so much. Because there are a lot of women who want you to take the cookies on the first night. But
Right.
we're told so much. Oh, if you do that, you a hoe. I had a whole marriage sprout because we got it on the first night. Now, it didn't last because that was the only thing we had in common. But I digress. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, it was. But he
Okay,
just
so what if the guy? So what if she actually told him or suggested she was going to give him some ass before they went to wherever they was at,
so what?
Applebee's, and then she didn't, and that was why the whole conversation came up
Hey,
about
then
like, hey,
that's
you gonna give me some ass?
no. I'm in full agreement with that because as a woman, myself and my best friend, we anybody who's seen the movie Tu Wong Fu, y'all understand this. We are some little Latin girls in dresses, okay? If I tell you, like, hey, I'm only taking you out because I want to hit it, but I don't want you to feel bad. And I don't want your homeboys to look at you a certain way. Or if I'm taking a woman out, I don't want your girls to look at you a certain way. You're like, damn, yeah, I'm down. Then when the check comes, you're like, I'm tired. I think I just want to go home. Bitch, we about to box. Because I didn't even like your personality. I just liked your body. And we had an agreement. This was an oral agreement. I will sue you. Y'all think I'm playing?
I know you're not. I know you're not.
First of all, Bobby Joe and I were in a group together. Well, I threatened to sue somebody in that group. I don't know if you saw the post. Because
No, I think I missed that.
some action. And then they drove state to state to come to my house and was like, I just want to sleep. Bitch, you better want to sleep in a motel, a hotel, the Holiday. This was not the agreement. I did not stay up till 2:00 in the morning for you to come in, for you to be like, no, I'm gonna put more clothes on. Get your ass naked. But let's go to the question pool. Okay. As you've gotten older, what views of yours have changed?
I think CJ should go first.
Oh no, mine is no.
I mean,
What
especially
views have
in
changed?
dark, like he's Darkwing Duck.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. It was just great a minute ago, and we just.
Bobby Joe's like, it ain't me.
I don't know what happened, but I apologize.
Like Shaggy, it wasn't me.
And and what makes it so bad, I got on a black shirt and black hat. So I mean, I don't know what to do. I tried.
You said what views have changed since you've gotten older?
Hold on. Let me. Whoops. Sorry. I already check marked. Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Where did it go? Oh, as you have gotten older, what views of yours have changed?
Mm.
Bobby.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say views. Maybe a view of myself. I'll go this route. I had my counseling session tonight, and just one view is just I don't know if this is answering the question correctly, but just not really caring, being a little more comfortable in whatever views I have, and not be concerned about everybody else's opinion. Taking a more of if I want your opinion, I'll give you your opinion kind of attitude, and trying not to. And CJ knows this. Trying not to stress and worry as much, and just telling people no, and basically the hell with you if you just don't agree with whatever views I have. So yeah, just basically just being more comfortable with 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 how I view myself, and just not giving a damn. Being like unbothered, I guess. Yeah. So you know that's the best way I can put it.
Well, I can say you doing that because I tried to get you to give me the Captain America shield for my birthday. You told me
Oh
hell
yeah.
no.
No, I can't let nobody can now somebody can come over and touch it. Wait, that didn't sound right. You can hold it. Well, that didn't sound right either. But yeah, you can't borrow it. No.
I
Okay,
get it. I
CJ,
get it. We get it.
answer the
We
question
get it.
because
He's stupid.
Bobby
He's
Joe,
stupid.
just no. Uh, uh, Darkwing Duck, aka CJ.
I'm at to fix my light. I can't take this. Go ahead. I'm here.
No, we
I know
going
you can't see me. Oh, I'm here.
y'all decided we going in alphabetical order. So you next, CJ.
Oh, I mean, only thing I like, I've in my views has just been basically. I used to be one sided when I viewed people in a sense, but now I'm more of I don't put stigmas or let's say I can't think of the term right now on people. So I just see people as people now, which I used to didn't before. It was always they had some type of stereotype or this that and the other. So I'm just more open to people, to be honest. That's about it with me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes a lot of logic to me.
We
You're
get it.
less judgmental and you're more open to see people as individuals. Am I
Oh
reading you correct?
yeah, yeah, that's right. See, you got it.
Hmm,
You
good. I'm
understood
glad
that.
I got it for when I come whoop your ass. That's good. Teamwork. Y'all think I'm playing? I will start a Patreon account just to charge y'all to watch me whoop his ass. I got the steps. Y'all think I'm playing? I got the steps to it. I will plane. And
Good Lord.
y'all remember planes, trains, and automobiles? It's gonna be planes, trains, automobiles part two. Throw throw CJ from a plane.
I'll say this in terms for me. Um, I'll say this for me. It's got as I've gotten older. Getting older. It's not all. It's not the amusement park ride that certain adults in our lives have made it out to be. It really isn't. And a lot more responsibilities. But with what Bobby Joe said, yeah, you get you earn more of that comfortability in yourself as you get older. It happens. But for me, I'll say time is a lot more on my head sometimes, especially as I'm growing older. I'm noticing that there are a lot of things that I like to do that now I could just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that. That's just not what I'm feeling like today. It is what it is. I'll do it when I feel like I have time. And then sometimes you just like you say, "Oh my gosh, where did all this time go? I thought I was gonna get to do this," and you've been so busy, in your relaxed state that you just be like,
It's good to
"Oh
hear.
well."
It's good to hear that men have this thought because women, it's forced upon us so early. Our clocks, our that like we are taught to like realize we're running out of time so quickly. And I'm just like, I don't give a damn. At this point, my children are threatening me with putting me in a nursing home because I won't tell any of them that they're my favorite because none of them are. They all stress me the fuck out. Um, and given who I am, I don't even know why the ancestors, the universe, or Jesus allowed me to have children, but whatever. Uh, but here is the next clip. I'm gonna drop out because actually I'm just gonna cut my camera so people can still see you all's reaction to this. I want you to watch. I want to see your general reaction, and the people want to know your take on this. So let me cut my camera and my mic, and then I'm gonna run this clip. Okay?
People who say that boys are easier to raise than girls are really saying that boys are easier because I can neglect them, and girls are harder because I have to police them.
I heard this saying growing up that goes like, mothers will love their sons and raise their daughters. And I think that it's something that stuck with me from the time I heard it. And what we know is that many fathers will protect their daughters from the world while unleashing their son to it. Basically, so many of us are so lost in the social and gender construct, it literally impacts how we develop our kids and how we give them guidance. Or should I say the lack thereof. And even though Sigmund Freud had a whole bunch of issues, which is not to be neglected or negated at all, we recognize dude might have had some when he started talking about what he called the Oedipus complex or the Oedipus complex. You know, I'm country, I can't, you know what I'm saying? They always be like, they did that and the other, but you know what I'm talking about, though.
Now that's a think piece. Well, I don't even know how to respond.
What?
Yeah, that seemed kind of. Oh, if I can, I be honest.
Sure, why not?
Well, I
Always be.
was.
I'm just muting
Well,
myself so that people don't accuse me of putting words in y'all mouths.
oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say it seemed kind of deep and stupid at the same time, but now I had a little time to think about it. Now I just think it's stupid. But that's just me.
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Go ahead, CJ. I'm gonna save my opinion for last because I want to
go
hear.
ahead. No, go ahead. Let me hear you.
I'll say this, and again, I can only speak for myself. If okay, let me put it this way: Have you guys seen the Karate Kid series?
Yeah.
What has he always said? Boys are easier.
Yeah.
And when they did the last one with the girl, he really emphasized and leaned into boys are easier. And so for me, I'm just like, I get what he was trying to say, that some parents do just be like, you know what, I ain't got to worry about the guys. I'm just going to leave them to their own devices, but I got to make
Right.
sure I'm on these girls like white on rice so that and I'm just like, they need your raising too. They need your guidance just as much as those girls do about how this world is going to be navigated. And if they don't, they're just going to be left to whatever the television, their friends, other adults who probably don't have unsavory advice to give them. You're leaving them without giving them good guidance, but you want your girls to have good guidance. It leaves it kind of lopsided. You're giving all your attention to the girl to be like, you got to do this. This is what you need to do. This. But you're not giving that same attention or even somewhat of an attention to give your boys that you're in your home. You're not raising them. You're just be like, oh, they're fine. They'll be all right. You're good. And I think that's what that was trying to say, but in a roundabout way, if that makes sense. But if I'm wrong, y'all let me know.
No, I mean I don't think you're wrong. But go ahead, CJ.
Oh no, I'm from a male's perspective. I don't think it's so much as that the men let their sons out. What it is like when it comes to raising boys, because we're men, we always have to say, men, when you go out into this world, you're not gonna get the same as everybody else. The world's technically tougher for a man. You're supposed to be just as tough as the world. So they're not letting him out there. They're raising them, but at the same time, giving, basically being like, it's kind of like pushing that kid into the pool that don't know how to swim. You got to learn it. The only way you're gonna learn is if you jump out into there and do it. I can't save you. Now, men naturally are gonna protect girls, women, and daughters. So they're gonna give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in a protective way. You get what I'm saying? But they're not
Right.
they're not gonna feed them to the sheep. And that's kind of is almost what I think. They can feed the sons to the sheep because they are supposedly strong enough, or they
Or
need to
they're
learn.
expecting them to be strong enough.
Exactly. They expect them to be strong. They expect them to be able to basically fight the wolves, learn how to fight those
Right.
wolves. This is going to be your life for the rest of your life, because dad is not going to be there for you. You can't be there at all times, because you're going to have to do the same thing for your kids when you have kids. You're going to have to be a protector. How could you protect this person if you don't even know how to protect yourself? That's how
Yeah.
that's the deal with the men. But when it
Here's
comes
the
to
caveats that I
uh
want to add on to it, and I want you all's take on this. Fathers feel super protective over their daughters because of other little boys and other men. So wouldn't it behoove men to teach the other men and boys in their lives how to not harm women and need women and young girls to be so protected?
well, see, that's what men do per se. But even though you may teach that child that, or whatever, doesn't necessarily all of them are not going to follow that guidance. So you still have to have your daughter protected. It's almost having like I live in a great neighborhood. There's never no crime or no theft. But guess what? I have an alarm on my house.
But here's the thing.
Same thing with women, with
How
the ladies.
often are men, how often are little boys taught to control their urges, not put their hands on girls, not expect things from girls? Because
How to handle rejection.
right, we girls are taught how to dress to avoid certain attention, because my daddy, even to this day, if he just thinks I'm leaving the house, I get a call, and it's my own fault. I was the one that taught him how to text, so I can't blame nobody. I'll get a text saying keep your head on a swivel. And I might not even be leaving the house, but he knows, because of what I do, festival season is about to be underway. I'm going to be out of the house. I'm contractually obligated to be at certain places, to host certain places. And this is what he tells me. And even my stepmother is like, well, let me see the outfit that you're going to wear. And growing up as a pastor's niece, a pastor's daughter, a chairman of the deacon board's granddaughter on both sides of the family, I was taught to not be a stumbling block for a man. But I have yet to hear a man be taught not to sexualize and objectify me. I have yet to hear a man be taught to control his emotions. When a man is rejected, everybody goes, oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Persistence is key. Play the numbers game. All you got to do is keep going. You can wear her down. That's abuse. So shouldn't the focus be more on teaching a young boy that women are not obligated to you? Just because you're attracted to her doesn't mean she belongs to you. Or just because you're attracted to them or you're attracted to him, they don't belong to you. And when you're rejected, it's not because they don't know what they're missing. It's because you're just not their cup of tea. Because we women are taught that we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Well, so, I think you can't put that on all men, though.
Well,
that's such a broad statement, to be honest. And on
it's broad.
and on
It's
top
a
of that,
broad stroke.
it's very broad. So it's not that men are not being taught that. Men are being taught that, because if it wasn't, then every dude running around here couldn't handle rejection. You get what I'm saying?
Most men can't.
So that's not true. That's not a true statement, though.
Here's the slope. This is why women are taught all men, because we don't know who the safe man is. There's
Yeah.
far too many men that can't handle rejection, that we have to live our lives going all men. Because if it was the majority of men that were safe, we wouldn't feel that way. So it's just as blanketed as we women being told that because we own our sexuality, we can be a target because of how we dress, because we're not submissive enough, because, like, first of all, submission comes naturally. If you're not a leader, the fuck I look like submitting to you? You gonna lead me under to living under an underpass? The fuck? So just like blanket strokes are made over women, blanket strokes can be made over men. But my thing is, why isn't there a bigger stance for men to go, you know what? Hey, bro, you're fucking up. This isn't how you do a woman. This
No.
isn't how you treat a woman. This isn't okay. The way she dresses is not an invitation. Like, I've even had men that I've said, like, they've approached me and I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And because I said thank you at the end, they're like, oh, that's an open invitation. The fuck it's not.
It's a full statement. She said no.
Well, see, and
And
I'll
the
say this
only
because
reason we
just
say thank you, no thank you, is because there are too many men that can't take rejection, that if I just say no as a full statement, full stop, I might end up on a t-shirt.
I would say sometimes it's not so much as taking rejection, because the thing is, and this women don't understand it. As men, and women are always the chasees, men are the chasers. Women never are in that situation where they have to chase men. So men, what we deal with when we're chasing these women or out there in these streets trying to talk to a young lady, we're saying, X, Y, and Z to them. We have to deal with their homegirl cock blocking us. We got to deal with the sister, the family member. We got to deal with her wanting to, but not because of the way it may look, because she talked to dude. We deal with so much stuff just to even approach a young lady and be like, "Hey, how you doing? My name's CJ." There's so much stuff that goes along with that, and what's crazy about it, and I'm not saying that. Well, I'm just saying what's crazy is a lot of times the men will say something to a young lady, and she wanted to talk to him, but she gives him a little hard time instead of going on like, oh yeah, you know what? Here's my number. You know, I mean, men go through that all the time. Women don't deal with that. So I mean, to
Because
say
of fear. And that's
what
what I
fear?
think a lot of men don't get, because of fear. What
What
I think
what
men
fear?
don't understand is that by the time a woman reaches adulthood, that little boy in kindergarten that had a crush on us that we didn't like has already bopped us on the head. When we get to junior high, we've already had one or two stalkers. By the time we reach the legal age to get into a club and buy a drink, we've had uncles, fathers, cousins, pastors, neighbors, classmates invoke violence against us because we weren't feeling them. Or we were the awkward, shy girl in class that was like, I do kind of like you, but I don't know how to express how I like you. So I'm just going to sit quietly. And that wasn't good enough. So he's pulling our hair, cutting our hair, bopping us on the head, punching us in the face. Or we go, you know what? I no, thank you. I'm not involved. Why? I, I just don't, I'm not feeling your vibe, and we're fucked up. That's why. We're not giving you pushback to just be difficult. Our friends aren't giving you pushback just to be difficult. I don't think men realize how much danger women are in on a day-to-day basis. Because of events that have happened around me, my sons have taken it upon themselves, because they work near where I live. They know the schedule in which I walk my dog. They spend their breaks walking with me. But
Well, I'm
real,
just gonna say
real
it's a
talk,
50-50 side
real quick.
then.
Let me take a pause for the cause. Um, Servant Christopher, I know you are not a regular watcher here, and you can stop trying to spam my comments, because me, I have taught Sunday school, and vacation Bible school and Bible study from pre-K, infantry, all the way up to adulthood. So while you coming over here trying to preach the good word to me, do not get cussed holily all the way the fuck out, okay? Because as a pastor's daughter, I am still a full-fledged card-carrying heathen, all right? And my tongue can be lethal. It also can be pleasurable, but you will never know about that. So I strongly suggest you exit my comment section before I make you the epic poster child for why you should not fuck with Taz today, tomorrow, the next day, this lifetime, or the next. Do you understand me? Now carry on, servant Christopher, because trust and believe you do not want to be my servant, because I am that black person that raises white people fear as they slowly become the minority, because I would be far worse than the worst slave master in the United States history of chattel slavery. You understand me? Okay?
We can't comment. Oh, I'm just now reading Servant Christopher's comment.
Oh, hey man, I didn't know you see him. I'm trying to like. I didn't
Yeah,
know
you could.
see him.
Yeah, I was on the
Okay,
private
okay.
show. You see him? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Answer.
So what we
Can
not
I?
gonna do is mess with me, because these three gentlemen here, they know I do not play. I give zero fucks. Okay. I know where my salvation lies. All right. And I already decided that I'm cool with going to hell because I'm gonna take it over. Lucy will be my bitch. So do not
So
play.
I just want to address him right quick because this is the kind of stuff that. So he's saying if women didn't dress provocatively, stuff like this wouldn't happen. If you don't want it to happen, then don't dress like that. Yeah, I gotta say that's breathtakingly stupid, Sir Christopher. Uh, I don't care how she's dressed or what she's looking like. That doesn't give you the right to no means no. I've heard stories of women saying or just simply no thank you whatever and have been killed or injured just by saying no. So, bruh, for you to say that that's a little reckless and irresponsible.
And
Yeah.
first of all, you know what?
Yeah.
Go to bed.
In in full disclosure, because one person involved in this broadcast, whether watching or anything, knows this for certain. Let me break this down for you, Christopher. What's today's date?
Today's the 9th.
In less than a month marks the 1 year anniversary where someone I had trusted since high school, I had mentored their daughter, asked if they regularly, as they do, could come into my office and borrow a book, and attempted to sexually assault me. I was wearing leggings, a graphic tee, and a hoodie. No makeup, hair pulled back. I was about to prepare myself to do an interview on this podcast, and I had to postpone it because when my guest came backstage, it's when it hit me what happened to me and I broke down. So please
Mhm.
tell me how it was my fault when I'm in a graphic tee, a hoodie, and leggings, allowing someone to come in under the guise of getting a book for their child. And it's people like you that make it difficult for people to speak out. And I do not care if you're male, female, or non binary, because I know men who have been sexually assaulted. And they even feel less able to report their assault and their trauma. Now, fortunately, I have amazing family and amazing friends that helped me. And did I go through an extremely dark period? Yes, but I came out on the other side. But what you will never do when you hear this voice or you see this face is come in victim shame or victim blame. And just so you know, because I'm going to say this without saying it, bitch, I work in IT. Play with me if you want to. And if you know, you know. If you know about what my brother does for a living, and if you know what one of my good friends does for a living, leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck out of my goddamn comments section, because I am not the one today, tomorrow, the next day. And because I'm a good island girl, even if I were to die tonight in my sleep, I will bid you a visit no sooner than I join the ancestors. I will tell them to wait for me while I finish the work that I'm supposed to do on this earth. You understand me?
And
Now,
who is bored Cody?
let's get to the next clip.
Yeah.
You understand?
Wait, there's a bored Cody in here. Have you seen their comments?
He said, yes, victims deserve to get blamed. Well, I tell you.
First of all, Board Cody, I know that you're not a man and I know who the fuck you are. And the only reason you're saying what you're saying is because you are the bitch that attempted to shame me for my sexual assault last year. So since you've already been reported to the FBI, I suggest you get the fuck out of my comment section, because I'm beyond reporting you. And we all know that I have the coins and the means, and I have your address because you sent shit to my house to come kick in your door and whoop your motherfucking ass. And yes, I said that live and in living color and in 4K. Now let us carry on to the next. We have another video. Let's go.
Give me a hot take about friendships. I'll go first. Personally, it doesn't matter how long we've been cool. You should ask me before you emotionally dump, right? You don't know what I'm going through that day. You don't know where my headspace is at. Before you release all your trauma on me for me to listen to, just ask me if I'm prepared for it. And I know this doesn't sound like a hot take for some, but a lot of people have entitlement with friendships. And I think emotions matter both ways, and you should ask before you just dump your trauma on somebody.
Hell no, not with men. I'm gonna just say hell no. I'm just gonna
You don't
be
think somebody should ask before trauma dumping on you?
nah. Not if you're really, really good friends. I don't think so. Tonight I feel like I am the outsider, and
No,
I
no, I
can't come back
agree
on
with
here no more.
CJ.
I'm sorry, Taz.
No,
No,
I agree with CJ.
No, here's the thing. No, my look isn't like I don't agree with you.
I mean, I don't mind if you don't, you know.
No, I am that friend. I am that friend that I feel like if you can't talk to anybody else, please talk to me. You don't have to come with a trigger warning but that's just me personally. You don't have to tell me, hey, I need to trauma dump on you. I don't care. I would rather you trauma dump on me than feel alone and ashamed and do something that you can't recover from. So I get where you're coming from. I was just shocked because when I was sent the video, I honestly wasn't expecting anybody to feel the same way that I felt. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, well, those are the points I was actually going to make with that whole thing. I'm like, man, you know, especially say for instance, Bobby came and you know dumped on me. That's my good friend. So I need him to feel comfortable enough to be able to do that, and also to vent, to get that stuff off his shoulders. I might have been going through something, but maybe his might be a little bit more than what I had going on. I'm like, you know what, man.
Yeah, I agree with CJ. Like,
you.
if he had something going on or needed to, in a sympathetic ear or whatever, I'm not going to be like have this mindset. Oh, you need to ask me first before. I don't think that a true friend you would do that. Oh, well, make sure you ask me first because you know what I got going on. You know, so
but see,
I don't know about that.
Let me ask a question, because I know what it's like to be a woman and be friends with a man. I know what it's like to be a woman, be friends with a non-binary person, and be friends with a woman. You all as men and having men-to-men friendships, I feel like with my friendships, my friends know what I'm going through. So if they feel like, oh, this is above her, this is too much for her, they just won't bring it to me. Is that the same with you all?
I'll say this. For me, I'm sorry. No offense. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring y'all. I've just been blocking people since people want to be stupid tonight. I I say this: if somebody has something that they want to talk to me about, if I am going through something, I would still make time for them, and I would just let them know, say, "Hey, I got something going on too, but I'm still here to listen for you if you need my ear."
Like,
Yeah.
do you all's friends know that you're like? Do you not talk to your friends about what you're going through? What the
What
Bobby?
happened to Bobby?
I guess Bobby Joe said, "Fuck this shit." No, no. Remember, if you like, every time we do this show, Bobby Joe always accidentally refreshes himself, and I tell him that will take you out of the broadcast. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But
He
yep,
still haven't learned, huh?
here he
There you
goes.
go. There you go.
Did you refresh yourself?
No, I don't know what happened. Something happened, and I don't know what happened. I don't know.
A real superhero would have never done that. I'm just letting you
No,
know.
it just
Shade,
it,
shade,
it,
shade. You being messy tonight. First you
Okay,
come in like Darkwing Duck, and now you shading your own friend.
we just gonna go to the next video because Lord.
I wish we could just tell girls exactly how we feel without it being weird.
I wish
We had this
could,
conversation
too.
the other day because
Because-
we both have girls we want to say things to.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we just explained like exactly what
Who
we're
would you say
feeling,
your things to?
I feel like if we explain exactly what we're feeling in like the poetic way that's actually in like a guy's mind, that
Yeah.
they would maybe love it, but also I'm so scared that they would hate it and think we were weird.
Oh, absolutely.
Girls
Like,
won't think it's weird unless it's too soon.
It's too soon. Couldn't be sooner, actually.
Actually.
We weren't actually going to do it. This is like in the
Yeah,
Both
future.
of you, it's very soon for you both to be thinking this way.
See, that just kind of go back to what I was saying earlier, though. We have so much that we have to deal with and I'm just taking it back as far as like when you're trying to approach a young lady to even like try to take them out on a date. That's a few of the things that we have to deal with. Like, I can't say like, hey, Taz, something nice on you, this and that and the other, blah, 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 without being afraid of getting sexual assault sexual whatever charges or, stalk or weird. Yeah, harassment. Thanks, D-Mac. Harassment and all those things.
I'm a lexicon. It's okay.
I'm gonna rename my Alexa D-Mac.
I understand that because I'm taken aback by the young lady in this clip that's like, it's too soon. And I'm like,
What is it that he see? My question was what did he wanted to say?
My thing is, I would rather somebody be upfront with me, whether you're feeling me or not feeling me. Let me know up front. And then the fact that he said that, and I don't know if this is true, y'all tell me or not, that men think of things poetically in their head. Like,
hey, I do.
Okay, first of all, do not misunderstand this. All right, the bakery is shut down. I ain't trying to have no more kids, but it made my uterus jump. Like, I want somebody to like shift it around. But I'm like, just tell me how you see. This is how my anti-relationship self keeps ending up in relationships because there's that one person that believes and is like, let me tell you what's in my head.
I know.
Go cousin.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and Bobby Joe, CJ, y'all back me up on this. We'll think of what we actually want to say in our head. We will plan it out. Be like, this is exactly what needs to happen, and in this order. But most times, when we get to that gate, we're just like, damn, I had it all figured out, and I had it all worked out, and then it just right out your head, and you say the honest, unfortunate first thing that pops into your head, and it's not what you meant to say.
Exactly.
It'll literally. I mean, we will plan it out, and we'll be like, okay, we're gonna say this when she says this, and we got this. We plan out the whole conversation, and then when we get in front of you, and you turn them like, and you're leaning in to listen to what we're about to say. All gone. Just all gone.
You know what? We do the same thing because I have planned out compliments. Like, I've sat there and looked at somebody like, ooh, I know how I'm gonna come, and it didn't go. It didn't go.
Because like we'll plan out the whole like romantic comedy moment the romantic comedy that happens where he says the right thing and she's feeling the right thing and things just fall into place. We will plan that conversation. It will happen, and then we get right in front of you, and that conversation, what we said or what we were going to say, it's like we become the deer in the headlights, and we be just like, "Dang, I forgot what I was going to say," and then you just say something stupid. And then you get that look on her face where she's just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, because y'all turn
You'll be like, "Yep, you're getting the fake phone number tonight. You're getting the fake phone number." Yep.
You not only getting a fake phone number, you getting a fake name. But because we have gone over time, I'm gonna save the rest of these for next month because we still have questions we didn't get to. But I love the fact that you all have been so open and the dialogue has gone through. And first, ladies, y'all need help because I had to cut some questions out. Y'all nasty as hell. Something wrong with y'all, and I done already got some community guidelines violations over here. I'm not about to burn this shit down because y'all no. And this is why I tell people to stop putting their social media up here because y'all nasty. But I want to run this last one to get everybody's opinion on this, and then we can give final thoughts and go off from there. And like I said, I will archive the videos and the rest of the questions for next month, and unless y'all want to come back next week and we can wrap this up in a part 2. Y'all tell me.
That's up to them. I'm always available.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm always on a flight, so I'll be out.
Yeah, I mean, I can make it. I should be able to make it. I can make it.
First of all, CJ.
Yes, ma'am.
I will send you a certain picture that will make sure that you are here next Thursday. So you're just going to pin this in for next Thursday, and you will be here because you already.
Like, don't tempt me with a good time now. What they say?
First of all, my birthday was in April, so you still owe me interest. We gonna talk about this later.
Okay. I'm here for it then.
All right, play the clip, girl. Play the clip, girl. Just play the clip. Play the clip. Let's go.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, here we go.
If you need to ask your wife how to do everything, you're not a man, okay? You're a child. What is going on? Being completely useless isn't a manly quality. And no, this is not some pro-gender role spiel either, all right? I mean, clearly, look at me. I look like I teach teenage girls how to work on their back handsprings. I'm just saying. Most guys my age need their wives to breathe, and it's pathetic. It's not their job to be your mother. Let's grow up a little bit. Picking out their clothes and shit. And these are the first guys to be like, yeah, bro, there's no more men anymore. Everyone's so soft these days. Meanwhile, this asshole's out to eat with his wife at a restaurant asking her, babe, do I like pickles? What sandwich do I like here? I was just at a tailor and I overheard a guy asking his girlfriend, what size pants do I wear? How did we get here? These poor women went from not being allowed to vote to having to teach their husbands how to vote. You think your grandfather was in World War II sending your grandmother telegrams asking what size boots he should get? It's no wonder millennials are having less sex. How do you expect a woman to be turned on every time she's busy at work? Her phone rings, you're asking her, babe, how long do I microwave rice for?
I'm sorry.
Before y'all answer,
I'm sorry. I'm a mute so I can get my laugh out.
Before y'all answer, everybody on the panel and everybody watching and everybody, because I know quite a few of y'all are at work right now and are popping in and out and will watch this in its entirety throughout the night and tomorrow. We're going to keep a secret from my daddy, right? To this day, my daddy still calls me and asks me about stuff that my mama used to do for him because as my mother was transitioning, she taught me the things that she did for my daddy. Wait a minute, that didn't sound right. Y'all know what I mean. the upkeep, like getting his hair cut and shaving his facial hair and shopping stuff. We ain't that type of family. I might live in Kentucky, but I ain't Kentucky, bitch. I'm still from the Bahamas, okay? I'll put lips on ass.
Oh goodness.
Y'all, This is gonna be your final thoughts moment.
CJ, you go. I'm still laughing. I can't.
I had to put this in
Go ahead,
is
Bobby.
because this video, I put it in the middle because it 37 people
I'm
sent me
still laughing.
37 people, men and women, sent me this video going, I want to see what they got to say about it. So go ahead.
Look at Bobby.
About that video. I mean, I can't relate because I mean that is not me. And but I'm sure there are men out there like that, and it's sad. But no, that I'm married. That certainly is not me. So
Because she wouldn't go for that shit. She done taught you where everything is, how it works, where it goes, and you
Oh
better put
God.
it back. You better don't shake your head. I know this for a fact. You better put it back where it goes. Because
well,
if you
yet
Oh,
that's really the only thing I ask. Like, if I'm putting some dishes away, where exactly does this go? Because I don't want to get in trouble.
I was right. I told
you shouldn't say that. That's gonna be some new ammo for me to pick on Bobby with it on now.
Oh Lord.
You should have told me
Okay.
that.
Oh my God. I'm
Wow.
sorry. That was hilarious.
First of all, CJ, if you quit curving me, I could give you the good inside information. But
I'm gonna leave that one. I was
Y'all need to work that out between y'all. But
I was about to. I definitely does. I
we're waiting on the
definitely do have a
birthday
curve.
gift. I mean, you can DoorDash me some French fries though.
ooh,
I'm gonna do that.
but I'm sorry, but I have actually honestly seen this, and I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that you are that useless that you can't do this on your own? You're kidding. Please tell me you're joking. I was just like, babe, I was just like, you don't know how to tie your shoes. Really?
And here's the thing.
That's why I was laughing so hard. I was
My
like,
kids and I do this as a joke. Every year on my birthday, my kids take me out, whether breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever, depending on what I feel like when my birthday comes around. And we do this as a joke at the restaurant. My kids decide which one of them is going to ask me that particular year, Mom, what should I get to eat? It's a joke. I didn't know people were really out there like that.
Girl, they living out here in these streets.
I just, when he said it though, I really did just think that it was more or less, it was the generations above us, back when it's traditional for the wife to stay at home and the father work. I really can't see people in let's well say the generations below us doing that. I really don't see it happening.
Wait, hold on. Before you say something, seriously, wait. Before you say something, let's be real.
Yeah.
Gen X and the millennials that came after them, we are not as soft as these ones that came after us. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I'm just like, are you okay? I'll take the last 2 years that we've been in this pandemic, right? So I'm working from home, right? So you mean to tell me you spent 30 minutes waiting on a phone call when you could have, even though gas is high, don't get me wrong, I know gas is high now. I get it. But there is public transportation here, people. That gas you ain't paying for. Just saying, just throwing that out there. Get back to taking the bus, baby. Less cars on the street. You ain't got to worry about nobody. But anyway, that's the message for another day.
I'm gonna still go with Uber or Lyft.
Anyway,
I think everybody here knows.
I get it.
Taz's bougie ass is not gonna do. All together now, take a bus.
But I'm just like, you sat on this phone to ask me, was there a product in stock?
What?
Ma'am, sir, you could have gotten your lazy behind off of that duff that you sitting on, either got on public transportation, took a Uber, took a Lyft, or drove your own car to go find out if it's in store. Why are you sitting here wasting my time and yours to find out something that you could have found out in 2 or 5 minutes.
Or you could have hit up my shopaholic ass. You could have been on my Instagram and you could have known the promo codes for and if y'all need sandals, shorts, if any of my ladies need some summer maxi dresses, go to download the Old Navy app or go to oldnavy.com. Use the promo code bonus in all caps. It will take 25% off of each individual item. And if you cannot do same day pickup and they have to ship it to you, take the $5 shipping option and you will still make out great. If y'all want to know if something is in stock, hit your girl up. She know.
I'm just
Because,
like the utterly lazy.
I ain't leaving my house to shop. I'm allergic to you motherfuckers. And when I say that, people get offended. I am basically allergic to the world. My cousin will tell you. Am I lying?
No.
I am basically allergic to the world. So I have to do a lot of things and have them delivered to my house. That's why I'm very particular and I vet things. If you are not a friend of mine, sorry, not sorry. I ain't fucking with you. It's nothing personal. Well, it is kind of personal. I discovered that a lot of white people don't even want to use a washcloth or loofah, exfoliating gloves to wash
Let's
their
not talk
ass.
about, we don't talk about Bruno. Let's not do that.
They don't want to talk about Ruby Bridges either, but we still gonna talk about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna die because you want to be a funky monkey from the Wiz. That's not what I'm about to do. But if you want to know if something is in stock, if you want to know about a discount, y'all inbox me and DM me for every damn thing else. DM me for that shit. And stop asking me who on my panel is single. Bitch, I invite them on my panel because either they related to me, we cool, or I think they sexy. I ain't about to hook you up with them shit. But the rest of y'all get y'all final thought. I'm being honest.
I gave my final thoughts already. These people are utterly lazy, and the fact that they need participation trophies just to exist is utterly ridiculous. But go on.
Definitely that is true.
Hold on, wait a minute. Time out. Y'all. We done did big things tonight.
Antarctica. Jesus.
And there's scientists and everything down in Antarctica. So thank you for watching us.
Woo.
This with your fellow people down there. We are very entertaining. And we'll be back next week. I don't care what CJ says. I'll fly down there and be in his living room, fucking his ass up if he don't show up.
I'm not saying anything. You on your own.
I'm gonna just have a bunch of baby oil on.
Ooh.
I'll do with baby powder, and you can already call yourself.
What they say? I'm trying to get fucked up. Yeah, I ain't gonna
lie. I can't. Shoot, I still remember that. I still remember the scene from that Christmas where she messed him up in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Anywho, Bobby Joe, what's your final thought so you can get off to my good sis and get her a good glass of wine and I feel like my good sis done had a long day. I feel like she's telling me telepathically, so I feel like you should let her have a nice warm bath and a shower, and you should just massage her down and then present her with a good glass of wine. I feel like that's what you should do.
I'll do that.
Know my favorite is in his relationship. Now, Bobby Joe, you know I love you. You know I do.
Oh yeah.
But she is fabulous. So I am a fan. And y'all break up, she gets me in the breakup. Just so you know.
Okay. I'll let her know. Yeah.
All right. Let him
y'all
give his final thoughts.
No, I just want to say, I always enjoy coming on the show. It's I do have fun. I'm going to say this. I'm going to switch gears. My final thoughts. Some of your viewers, some of the people that comment on the show need some help, and I mean, and I'm not even blaming. I'm still reading some of these comments, and they need If they're not seeing a counselor or a therapist, they need to see one tomorrow,
Oh,
ASAP.
just well, please
Because
realize these are not, and you know because you and CJ have been here multiple times. This is not my. Y'all know this is not usually the judge over here.
yeah, and I'm gonna call out one in particular, Sandy Brown. Get some help. Get something. Do something.
Exactly, but
Because
at least
I'm
the person
I'm stopping
from
short of
Antarctica.
calling somebody names, but get some help.
I mean,
Uh,
but the person from Antarctica, at least we're bringing them some joy, and
well,
we're
yeah,
warming them.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Uh, yeah, Sandy Brown, and forgive me, I know you probably won't have me on the podcast after this. Sandy Brown, please find the nearest
Uh,
active,
first of
active
all,
volcano and jump in it as soon
first
as
of
you
all,
can.
Bobby Joe, you know how many years we've known each other, right?
Yeah,
You know how many community guidelines violations we have gotten together, right?
right.
Why would I ban you from my podcast for you
Well,
being honest?
okay, well, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Find the nearest active volcano and jump in that bitch. Yeah,
You know better than that.
yeah,
This ain't that type of podcast. I don't have strict rules. I don't do none of that. You don't do that.
yeah.
And Bobby Joe, we done had each other's back. And if you think I'm gonna stop now, I mean, I am serious that if you do break up with your wife, she gets me a divorce, and you gonna have to pay friend support because I'm expensive. Uh, but I mean, I still talk to you on the low. Like,
Okay, I appreciate it. I know y'all are sorority sisters, so you know.
yeah, that's why. See,
Yeah.
go ahead, CJ.
I have nothing. Nothing. Just aim for your dreams, but don't lose yourself on the way there. That's it for me.
Uh, go ahead, cousin. Wrap it up, and then
I
I'm
didn't
gonna.
hear
I
he
gave my
gave his.
thoughts
Oh yeah,
already.
I'm so. I'm so. No, I have to. I'm going to wholeheartedly work on this year because I have a huge issue with one thing. I can be somebody's cheerleader. I this is Here's the comment.
Aww.
Thank you.
Nice.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for watching. Hope you continue to watch, even if you only like this monthly segment. And the gentlemen have all agreed. Well, CJ agreed under force that we will do a part two next Thursday to get the rest of your questions out. Please do not send more questions or videos. Let us get through what we have now. And then after next week's show, then send more questions and videos. Um, just so I'm one person trying to do this, please. Um, but once again, gentlemen, thank you for being willing to be open and honest and raw because that's what we need. So people can finally see men, especially black men, as human and vulnerable and everything minus CJ because we fight. I'm just
She gonna keep throwing you underneath the bus because you were late.
That's how the outsiders get treated, I guess. I tell you. I'll take it though.
You should have shown up last time. Oh, you should have
I'm
shown
not
up
in this. Nope.
last time.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm just playing. You should have sent me a birthday gift. But in conclusion, I want to share with you all an epic moment between two black men that I personally respect. And as always, each one teach one, each one reach one.
My Shetty more distant as the Milky Way. Got it. My Shetty more Pretty little one I adore. You're the only